What you are looking at this very moment, if you're watching this video, which you are if you're listening to me. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, this is Soul Set, the demo version, and it's not going to fund itself. It's a visual novel. I saw it on Indiegogo, and the character designs did not look incredibly obnoxious. Obviously, we're looking at some cheesecake here, but there really wasn't too much of that. It was a good blend of reasonable, conservative outfits, and yeah, a little bit of tease. But even then, this is pretty good for the style, not all things considering. And you know, the visual style did kind of draw me in at first. It's not like super polished, but it's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. I like it. The outfits aren't completely ridiculous, and the characters are all distinct enough that it doesn't feel like somebody just copy-pasted hair and maybe changed the body types on everybody. There's actually some work put into this. So anyway, let's fire it up. I don't know if we're going to get through the whole demo, but we will do some things. I don't know if it's voice acted. If it's not, well, you're going to have to deal with me. All right, yeah, work of fiction. Mutic is based off a real cat whose name was also Mutic. Oh, that's cute. Gotcha. Work in progress. May change, like you do. The music was pretty pleasant too. I like that. Milady, please. Tipping intensifies. Wake up. Mariko, wake up. This voice is subject to change when we find out who is saying it. Oh, this could be bad. Yeah, it doesn't look good. You watched her finally shift on the ground, her senses coming back to her. The fall was misguided because of your broken limbs that failed to work like you wanted them to. You could tell that she got injured during the impact, saw the blood forming in the sleeve of her forearm. She was still a lot better off than you were, though. It was a small comfort in the unfortunate situation at hand. She tried to move, but every muscle in her body screamed in protest. Her mind reeled, trying to make sense of what happened. Okay, shiny lights. Oh, face animations. Nice.
Damn it, Ishin, you're bleeding.
Mariko, calm down. There's no need for thou to cry. They've done thou no harm, and that is what is important right now. I was unable to save my mother, though. I apologize. Or thy mother, sir. Anyway.
What do you mean? What did...
And here comes flooding back. This could be...
What?
This could be traumatic. Did they just flip the... I think they just flipped the asset there. Hopefully in the full version they don't do that. But again, early demo, placeholders, etc. Anyway. Mariko, I understand this must be very hard for thou to accept right now. But thou need to hear me out and do as I instruct.
You're not going to die, right? You're a big, strong dragon. You... always...
Mariko.
Don't you dare die on me, you hear?
Do you see that bag lying a few feet away from us?
That one?
Yes, take it. You watched the girl carry her heavy legs towards the dirty leather pouch. Her hands trembled as she inspected the bag, slowly unpacking the items that were inside.
It's a small glass bottle. And a dagger?
Now, come closer.
No! 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 Ishin, don't! Don't stop talking. You can't leave me.
What do we have here? You could tell Mariko was as shocked as you were to find an unfamiliar person to be standing barely a few feet away from you both. The translation is going to need a bit of a cleanup, but it's not bad so far. I believe the team working on this is Polish, so English might not be their first language. I'm just saying. A black dragon is a rare sight these days. I'm impressed to see one. The staties in aside. This stranger, there was something off-putting about him. You could sense an odd aura emanating from him. Evil! was almost like his very being didn't belong here. Extra-dimensional and evil! Or at least a dick.
Who are you?
Yep. Necromancer.
Huh? What's a...
My! You're good, dragon. How can you tell? The stranger's playful, almost amused tone was nerve-wracking. You could tell that the sight before him didn't bother him in the least. Leave that child alone, I beg of thou. A dragon begging a human? Heh, I'm flattered. But where did you get the idea that I want to do anything to this girl in the first place? To be honest, I was just passing through the neighborhood, only to notice a burning mansion and a pair of dead bodies laying nearby. And then I saw a half-dead dragon and... That is the weakest cough I've delivered in a long time.
Ishin?
That doesn't sound good at all. Scattered bits of memories resurfaced in her mind. Ishin and her were running away from someone. And then, suddenly, she realized that there was a warm piece of cloth covering her. The girl jerked up in a sudden rush of panic. It's kind of weird that it jumps point of view from character to character. Like, you can it tells you about the points of view of all the different characters, even though you're clearly playing as a specific point of view. I kind of would have liked to get this whole backstory in bits and pieces, like each character one at a time. But again, I'm not making the game. Let's keep going. I'm just thinking aloud here. Was she inside of a cave? There was a campfire burning nearby. And the person she had met earlier sat right beside it, staring at her. Okay, maybe not a complete dick. You're finally awake.
Where are we? Where's Ishin?
Okay, maybe it did hand off perspective to her. Heh, you should know better than I do. Well, maybe he's still tired from the rites. Don't worry, he'll answer to you eventually.
You mean he's...
Oh, we're sharing a body now. Awkward. Inside of you, yes. His soul, that is.
Truly?
A sense of hope filled her. Mariko didn't feel that much different. Now the perspective thing makes sense, since both of them are in the same body now. Mariko didn't feel that much different, as far as she could tell. She could only take the person's word for it. After all that's happened, he had no reason to lie to her, did he? I don't know. Hungry? You might want to eat something after that little ordeal. You've been out for a while. Mariko couldn't argue. She was starving. She was surprised by the stranger's generosity when he offered a piece of bread to her.
Say, mister, how did you do that anyway? You must be some kind of powerful magician.
Huh. Who knows? Maybe I am.
Would you teach me how to do it?
My, kids these days. It would take years of practice, sweetheart. Don't sweetheart me. Well, that was a bit of a deal breaker. Mariko couldn't possibly imagine this person staying with her for that long. Or stay with her at all, for that matter. With her home burned down to the ground, she needed to figure out what to do next. Perhaps there were still other survivors. She needed to get back to it and look. There were caves in the vicinity, so she imagined they found shelter in one of them. They couldn't have been that far away from the mansion.
Who are you, anyway?
When asking someone's name, shouldn't you give yours first?
My name is Mariko Blairnot.
Or Blairno, maybe. Could be French. From the Blairnot family? Interesting.
What? Did you know my...
No. And that doesn't matter right now. I'm Faethor Valenche. Okay, so it is probably Blairno. And I probably butchered that name. But anyway, it's nice to meet you. Mariko? Hey. Oh, it's probably me. Hey, Mariko. Are you alright?
Faethor?
Oh, no, somebody else.
No, you're not. What the...
Mariko's head felt heavy, as if it were stuffed with bricks and cotton. If she'd know better, she'd say she was having a bad case of a hangover. She'd barely concentrate. And whoever the guy before her was, she didn't recognize him.
Who are you? How do you know my name? Do I know you? You don't remember either, huh? What is that supposed to mean? Okay, where do I start? We got thrown in here, for some reason. Seems nobody can remember anything. Nobody?
He's got a bottle around his neck. At least I think it's a he. This person has a bottle around their neck. I don't know what's in it, but there was also the bottle from the pouch, and I'm wondering if that has... maybe he's... or yeah, maybe this person has a dragon inside them as well?
There are other people here beside us. Other people? Wait, where's here exactly?
Oh.
Beats me. I'm as confused as you are.
They weren't inside of the cave, the one she remembered it being in barely a minute ago. No, that didn't feel right. Her earlier encounter with Faithor felt like some kind of distant memory. Or even a dream, perhaps. Which was it? She couldn't tell whether it was even a real occurrence or not. He did feel like he didn't belong in that dimension, so Mariko looked to the side, trying to investigate her surroundings. The air around them was heavy with dust. Whatever this place was, it seemed abandoned for years. Were they in some kind of basement? None of it made sense.
Okay, baby steps. What's the last thing you remember?
Okay, and now we're going to figure out what the right was about. I shall agree to thy bargain under one condition, Necrobitsa. Oh? I'll give thy my blood. In return, thou shalt not lay a finger on Mariko. But thou shalt take it to her healer once this whole ordeal is over. That's a hard bargain you drive, dragon. But, oh well, I suppose it's fair enough. I'm guessing dragon blood has some power to it. I'm willing to agree to your conditions.
You're not just saying that, are you?
Of course not. Sincerity is not one of thy strong points, is it, lad? Oh, but I am completely sincere. Is there anything else you feel like pointing out? Or can we finally stop waiting for you to bleed to death?
I remember that we were attacked. You were attacked? By whom? I don't know. We made our escape, but Ishin was wounded. Ishin? A companion of mine. Oh. Perhaps he's also here then. No, that would be impossible. He didn't make it. Sorry to hear that. And then I was inside a cave with... Cave? Shit.
It was worrying. She had no recollection of anything else. Her childhood, her parents, anything regarding her life, she didn't remember any of it. Mariko Blerno, that was her name. But who was she and why was she here? It was all a blank. It was both confusing and unnerving, to say the least. It felt like there was a wall inside her head separating her from the things she was supposed to know, but didn't.
Why can't I seem to recall anything else? My head, I don't... That bad, huh? Take it easy, then. Maybe we're under the influence of some kind of spell. A bunch of people losing their memories at the same time isn't exactly something that can be considered normal.
Oh! Something's up. At least it's a widespread amnesia MacGuffin.
You don't remember anything else either, then? Nope. It's a little scary, to be honest. But hey, at least we're not alone in this shaky boat. Whether that's a good or a bad thing. Two minds are always better than one, right? Maybe we can figure things out together. I suppose.
Working with someone she didn't know, though, Mariko wasn't sure how to feel about the idea. Could she really trust this person? Her instincts told her to be wary.
Who are you?
Matters. My name is Marco.
Polo!
And that's the only thing I recall about myself, it seems.
Marco.
Yeah. Something wrong with it?
Name sounded familiar to her, though she was clueless as to why. Could it be that they had met before?
No, it's nothing.
Well, it's nice to meet you, even if I'd prefer it for us to meet under brighter circumstances than this. How do you feel aside from the confusion? Are you hurt anywhere? Do you think you can stand?
I think so.
Mariko took the hand that was being offered to her, eager to get back on her feet. The floor was hard and cold, and definitely not a pleasant place to keep sitting on. That's when it occurred to her. Her hand was bigger than she remembered it being. Dragon stuff? The weird claw-like piece of what seemed to be jewelry on one of her fingers aside. Memory's gone missing or not, she really need to reconsider her fashion choices. So she stumbled drunk into a Hot Topic and picked one of those up, and it actually looks a little small for her finger up here at the top. That's just me. That wasn't even the tip of the iceberg. Or the tip of her finger. Wait. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Is the blonde from the beginning her?
You look like you've just seen a ghost. Are you okay?
Was she? Because she honestly wasn't sure at that point. Wasn't she younger than this in her memory she saw? Just how much of her life did she forget about? Also, their names are really close to each other. Mariko, Marco. I'm feeling some sort of connected destinies thing here.
Marco, how old do I look to you?
Is that a trick question where I get punched in the face for getting it wrong?
I'm serious.
Oh boy. Well, I'd say that you're somewhere in your mid-20s. A bit younger than that, perhaps.
This is a little baffling. And the only other thing I seem to be able to recall, I was 14.
Yikes. So memory loss thing is worse than I thought. Well, don't worry about it too much. I'm sure we'll both get our memories back eventually.
Perhaps Ishin can give me some answers.
You mean that companion of yours? Didn't you say he was... Whoa, hey.
Well, that got weird. Now I get the name. That might be the whole demo. Or are we flashing back again? Well, you get the idea. I don't want to spoil too much of the intro here, but pick up the demo for yourself on the Indiegogo page and throw up some bucks. I think this deserves to be made. I definitely think this deserves to be made. It's pretty solid. I like that they've already got animations planned and everything going into it. Like I said at the top, I like the character designs. Like, I am super burnt out on fantasy, epic fantasy, as well as on anime style stuff. But this works for me. It's not too obtrusive. Designs are mostly practical, and they ain't throwing bad anime titty everywhere. So yeah, Soul Set, check it out. They've got some time left, and they're not asking for too much. It's only around $1,000 that they need. I think they're a little under halfway there, maybe at least a third of the way there. So yeah, check them out. Throw them some money, because it's not going to fund itself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments, and consider subscribing so you get videos like this on the regular. I put up a lot of stuff every day. If you help me out on Patreon using the link in the upper corner, you can help me put out even more. You can also check me out on Twitter with the username on the lower right, or swing by my website, Negabun.com, for all sorts of content, written, video, and otherwise, that I do regarding gaming.